I'm AdamHarry, and this is
JayArr,
and we're both from BoLS, and today we have the brand new Tyranid Codex for Warhammer 40k 8th edition.
That's the Tyranid noise.
Do you see this grin?
He's very happy.
I am so happy right now.
I'm also excited, and I mostly just like get shot or get killed and devoured by Tyranids.
Yeah. Tyranids. I've been playing Tyranids for a very long time. I am so pumped about this book. For 8th edition.
It's really big. This is a really cool.
Can we just
codex
say it's
as
good?
Well. Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's good. Go out and buy it right now. Or
just start there.
It, I guess.
If this is too long and you didn't watch, it's good. Go buy it. What are you waiting for?
For the rest of you,
let's go through the hard facts objectively real quick. These are the actual things. This is not opinions. This is actual stuff in here. First off, hardback. 128 pages.
Full color.
Full color.
7 Hive Fleets. 13
warlord traits to chew on. There are 7 of those are Hive Fleet specific, obviously.
There are 28 different stratagems, and
7 of those are also specific stratagems for those Hive Fleets.
6 different psychic powers, 3 of which are new.
3 brand new ones. You had the 3 from the index. They're also
still there. Yeah.
They might be tweaked a little bit, so read up on those. There are 12 relics to choose from, 7 of which are also special for
Hive Fleets.
And of course 6 tactical objectives. Gotta have those.
Gotta have them.
There are 2 new units, although I'm gonna put that in air quotes.
New.
Because Screamer Killers, as we've seen from all the previews, those are Carnifexes. Those are not technically new, they're actually technically old.
But they're new to 8th edition.
And Thornbacks are a new type of Carnifex, which are also technically new in this book for 8th edition. But they are not.
They've been around.
They've been in lore before. So
yeah.
Other than that, the other big changes, there are points tweaks all over the place.
Yeah,
we're not going to
across the board.
We're not going to dig into all those, but lots of points tweaks.
And synapse and instinctive behavior, as you may have seen already, are hugely different from where they were.
Big time.
Big time. Really changed. Like it's
so
a good example of how just a few like rebalances and changes that may seem minor can make a huge difference.
Big deal. The synapse change. First off, the range has been extended back to 12 inches, up from 8 for the most part.
For being immune to morale.
Yeah.
But on top of that,
up to 24 inches away will stop your instinctive behavior from freaking out.
And
but
instinctive behavior isn't all that bad. Like
exactly,
you're no longer your army doesn't get hijacked out of your control
you no
once
longer
your synapse starts falling.
You no longer have the issues where like you might have a unit not do exactly what you want it to do, where it might run to cover or it might charge the nearest thing or things like that. Now it simply gives you negative modifiers for doing things that you want it to do. For example, if you have a unit that's outside of synapse range and it wants to shoot at another target that is not the closest target, you get like a -1 to hit.
Yeah.
If you want to charge something that's not the closest target, you get -2 to your charge roll.
Which is, it makes having synapse like worthwhile.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't cripple you for being outside of it.
Yeah. So that's the big high-level overview for what's in the book. I know you guys are ready to dive in. So JayArr, let's do this. Starting off, we want to show off the big cool cover. It's got the big cool Tyranid. I guess that's a Toxicrene or something with the whippy sticks coming at you, but it's pretty cool looking. Keep going here. Really quick. Table of contents rundown. This is very similar to the other books out there. So you're going to have your lore background sections up front. Then it's going to get
into more granular lore nuggets. Then you're going to have...
It's going to go over the Hive Fleets, which there's something interesting we want to show off.
Oh, yeah.
About the Hive Fleets. It's going to go over the Hive Fleets. Then it's going to go over individual units. And then it's going to go over the big photo spread for all the miniatures.
Lots of art. And then you're going to get to the part that makes Adam here giddy with delight.
The lore section.
Yes, absolutely.
No. Also
the rules.
Yeah.
They're in there. They're great. They're a good, like, I don't know, 30, 31 pages of rules.
All the units that are in the index are also in this book.
Yes.
So that hasn't changed. The only big difference, again, those 2 new Carnifex types.
Well, that and all the points tweaks. And changes to rules and lots of war gear options. But we'll talk a little bit about that when we get more in depth.
Lots of familiar units also got rules tweaks. So, for example, Gene Stealers. They now can do like this weird node thing where you can pop up from a node when you deploy them. There's also They have a new weapon, the Acid Maw, which is another option that they didn't have before.
We'll
cover a lot of
Tell you more about that as we get into the units. Yeah. But for now, let's go through the lore.
Yeah, big lore section. What's neat about this lore section is it talks about it basically from the perspective of the Imperium, where the lore is broken up into the different Tyrannic, thank you. The different Tyrannic wars.
All the way back to the first, because it wasn't really, but it's the first official contact with the Tyranids on the planet of Tyran, which is where they get their name from. Yep.
So the Tyranids, this launched the first Tyrannic war.
Talks about that. It takes you through, has some cool like security footage of the planet just getting eaten.
Battle for Macragge.
It's very Second Tyrannic War. It's very Starship Troopers-y in the best way, because they're
show
like,
off too is in between each one of these sections. Is you're going to see giant Hive Fleet spreads. So for the first 3 Tyrannic wars that have all happened, you've got Behemoth, Kraken, and Leviathan. Those are the 3 big Tyrannic wars, and each one of those sections, these are like the 3 main Hive Fleets. Basically, the way a lot of folks think about it is those are the 3 parent fleets, where there's a lot of splinter fleets that come off of those 3 fleets.
All the little tendrils.
Yeah. So you're going to see these big full-page, 2-page spreads of dedicated specifically to those Hive Fleets.
Well, and then it also talks a little bit about like some major events that Hive Fleet has been responsible for. So we saw Hive Fleet Kraken on the page previously, and now we're talking about the Doom of Eandon.
Which is they're responsible for that. So
that was them, not me. So just let Eldrad know, please.
He's cool. He's Oathway. Doesn't mind.
Hive Fleet,
Leviathan. And again, this gets into the third war. This section right here, this is the war in Octarius, which this is my all-time favorite piece of lore about the Tyranids, because it talks about Inquisitor Kripman and how he basically redirected a Hive Fleet to go fight orcs in the Octarius sector, and it talks about that war in more detail than we've ever had before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's my favorite lore section.
They go into the lore in a few places in pretty great detail. There are lots of little moments that kind of hint at things to come as well.
Yep.
And that's especially true on the timeline section, but we'll get to that in a minute. So now we're through the main, the main, here's the overview of the lore of the Tyranids, and now we get into a lore section on each of the Hive Fleets.
So what's interesting about this section in particular is we've seen the 3 big Hive Fleets, Behemoth, Kraken, Leviathan. Now we get into some of the minor Hive Fleets that you may or may not have heard of. Here we have
Hive Fleet Jormungand, who are they're the masters of tunnels, and they can infest a world and basically make it theirs, even as the defenders are fighting against them.
Then we get Hive Fleet Hydra, and also Gorgon with Super Poison. Kronos, which is kind of a newer fleet. They're really good at fighting demons.
Yep.
They really like to shoot. But what's interesting is we also see these 2 other fleets that get full pages each, but they don't get rules yet. So I'm very curious.
Very cool, though.
Yeah.
There's Hive Fleet Tiamat,
which is like they're known for their diamond hard armor and things like that.
And then Hive Fleet Ouroboros,
which is known for its flying capabilities.
They are in fact one of the Tyranid Hive Fleets that was encountered Tyranids.
So before it was actually the 31st or the 36th. Sorry, M36 is when Ouroboros was first founded or spotted.
They didn't know what was up. They're just like, oh, crazy space monsters.
And so they fought them off.
Behemoth comes along. Behemoth was the first one, right?
Yeah, the first major. But what's cool too is their biology is different from current or modern Tyranids. So there's a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen. But it's really interesting that we have all the other Hive Fleets that are mentioned have full rules and full page spreads, and these guys
have full page spreads and a good amount of lore about them as well.
You get a really cool galactic map. We'll keep flipping through there. This is when we get into the lore for all the units. Lots of cool art, by the way, in this book. Shot full.
Hey, there's the card effects.
Yeah. No, that's a. Is that the card? No, that's a Turbogon. This is the Synapse Creature section.
There's the Doom of Malantai.
Doom is back.
That guy I know. Well, I don't think he has rules in the book.
The Doom does not have rules.
But
yeah, we'll get to that. So we're going to keep going. Again, this whole section is just lore for each of the different styles of units.
Hive Tyrant, Swarmlord.
Swarmlord's great.
Here's the art.
Colors, this is the photos for all the different Hive Fleets. It does have pictures of the other Hive Fleets paint schemes in here. Just a really quick, it's like a 1-page spread of them if you want to see those. Keep going. And yes, here we go. This is where we get to the actual rules. Where we're going to talk about their unique army-wide rules, Synapse, Shadow of the Warp, Instinctive Behavior. Shadow of the Warp again.
That got a buff.
That got a buff.
Yeah,
it's
now
it's -1.
now now it's within 18 inches.
Yes.
So basically, before Shadow in the Warp was 12 inches. So if you could have like enemy psychers just outside of your psychic scramble time, and they could just smite you and be like, I don't care about your shadow.
Yeah.
Now if
you're close enough to spite, they're close enough to
if they can
stop
affect you, you are affecting them.
Yeah, and that's going to stack. That -1 to the roll is going to stack with a lot of other abilities, which we're not going to get into too much here. But let's show off one of the unit things real quick.
Sure. Which one should we show off?
Let's just flip over to the Carnifexes.
All right.
That's what I'm most excited about.
That's the big one.
I
feel like. Well, yeah, but also I feel like of the units that have kind of gone through changes, Carnifexes more than anything else feel like they're back in
big time
in this codex.
Yeah. And again, it's the same setup we're going to see before.
Yeah.
You're going to have the unit name, their power level, all of their stats and options that you can see, all their special rules and stuff like that. But here we have the Carnifexes. You've got 3 different types of Carnifexes now. You've got the classic build your own Carnifex, and you can see just from the length of this entry, it's a full page of options to choose from. So
absolutely.
If you already have your Carnifexes built, you can rebuild them here, no problem.
Yeah.
Then we have Screamer Killers, which are the old school, new school.
Yeah. Slashy.
Yeah.
Killy bugs.
They have the
Close
4
combat.
the 4 monster scything talons. They have the improved bioplasma attack.
Their bioplasma attack is
18 inches now.
Hits like a freight train. Goes through heavy armor.
It's 18 inches now. It's D6 shots instead of D3.
It's AP -4.
Yes, which is awesome. It's still strength 7, and it's 1 or 2 damage. It is still 1 damage.
Still 1 damage, but you know that 1 damage is getting through. We also have the Thornback, which is sort of the anti-infantry one. Are you tired of your Chaos opponent always swarming the board with cultists, poxwalkers, and poxwalkers who are creating more poxwalkers when the cultists die? The Thornback is an amazing answer to that.
Yes, the Thornback comes standard with Sighting Talons and Devourers with Brain Leech Worms.
Right.
Which, by the way, Devourers with Brain Leech Worms are now 6 shots, Assault 6, so Strength 6, no AP still, 1 damage pop, so 18-inch range.
Yes.
They're going to be moving and shooting, no problem.
It's also, as we've seen previewed on GW's site, it's also got some extra anti-infantry rules built into it.
By the way, that's 6 shots per gun.
Yes.
So there's 2 of those.
With 2.
It's 12 shots stock.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the anti-infantry stuff. All the Carnifexes have their classic charge ability, which the Behemoth, what's it called? Battering Ram ability.
Yes, but the Thornbacks have a special one.
Go ahead. You explain this one because you brought it up. It's the
so mostly the difference is they do a
normally they do a mortal wound
on a 4 on a charge, but if it's an infantry unit, they take a D3 mortal wounds, and you get to add 1 to all your hit rolls in the fight phase.
Yeah. Actually, all Carnifexes have the +1 to hit now on the charge, which is awesome. They all still do the battering ram, which is the 1 mortal wound on a 4-up to a unit within 1 inch. But only the Thornback has that option against infantry to do D3 mortal wounds, which is super cool.
Yep. And you can outfit any of these Carnifex variants with a ton of options like Enhanced Senses, which give them +1 ballistic skill.
Spore Cysts are probably going to be one of my favorite upgrades. Spore Cysts are -1 to be shot.
No, but I don't want to hit you on 5s.
Yeah, your tower going to have a rough
hit
go.
You on 4s.
Yeah. -1 all the time. You don't even have to be within range of a Venom Thrope.
No, you just get it.
By the way, Venom Thropes, another thing, the bigger you take the squad of Venom Thropes, so if it's more than 3, you can affect monsters with it. And if it's like 9, you get extra range with it.
You get extra range, so the more Venom Thropes you have, the more you protect your army. And they've kind of
same with
focused a little more on
Zonothropes. They can do some more stuff the bigger the unit is too. Yeah, but there's a lot of tweaks in here, a lot of little rules.
They've been given a lot of tools to use to find victory.
Here's the weapons.
Here's weapons, war gear, point costs. Here's a Tau outpost getting overrun by Tyranids, which I'm choosing as blind optimism and pure speculation to be a stealth signal that the Tau Codex is coming next. I'm calling it now. I'm just saying that's my prediction. It's happening, and I'm getting my hopes all the way up.
JayArr plays Tau. He's just because I play Tyranids. He's not. Anyway, he's into now. But next up on this page is where we have more of the army-wide abilities, where we talk about the Hive Fleet.
All the Hive Fleet adaptations. Which
do you have a favorite, by the way? Because I know I do.
Yeah, I think my favorite is your favorite as well. The Hive Fleet Jormungand's tunnel network is amazing.
It is so good.
It means that no matter what, your units are always in cover, unless they charge or advance. But they're just always in cover.
Yeah, you have your little bugs
so
have a +1 to their
good.
save. It gives them a 5-up save now, which is great. Your big bugs also have a +1, so
Carnifex are 2-up.
Have a 2-up save now. It's amazing.
It's the little things in life that count.
Here are the stratagems. Again, there's 28 of these total.
Do you have a favorite stratagem?
Yes. I always lose where it's at though.
Which one is it?
I think it's over one page. Maybe. No, it's the 2-pointer. Oh, I think it's Pathogenic Slime. Is this the one? Yes. Pathogenic Slime is my favorite. It is a 2-command point stratagem. You nominate in the shooting phase, you select a Tyranid monster from your army. Increase the damage of its attacks by 1 for this phase.
Oh!
So all of the Tyranid shooting attacks, a monster like a Carnifex, has +1 damage to their damage on their weapons.
That's real mean.
So when I apply my Devourer effects, my DAC effects, when they come back out of retirement, not really retirement, when they come back out of a semi-pro off-season,
they're
going to be doing double damage with 24 shots.
They've been in training. I really like, there's 2 I really like here, and they're both kind of tied to the Hive Fleets. There's the one for Jormungand, which lets you basically sneak in an extra unit with like some Raveners or something.
Which is super cool, because they're Masters of Tunnelers, so you take a unit of Raveners.
When they pop up,
you can have another unit deploy with them that's you used in the setup that you pay for this. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then just thematically, I really like Hive Fleet Kronos. They have like an extra you can make their Shadow in the Warp even worse for Psychers, which gives me no end of glee.
Right, you don't like Psychers either.
No.
So yeah, their ability basically says if you're within 18 inches of the Psyker, you can spend this thing and they roll 1 less die for their psychic test.
So you just shut them down.
So
you roll 1 less die and you take a -1.
Because you're within 18 inches because of Shadow of the Warp.
Yeah.
And now that we get to the Warlord traits, Kronos' Warlord trait is Soul Hunter, and it says anytime a Psyker fails a test within 18
inches of your Warlord, they suffer a D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, actually, I think this one might be 24 inches.
Oh no.
Is it 24? I know.
Back one more.
20. Yeah, this one's 24. So if you get within 18 inches, they can do that ability, make you roll 1 less die, take -1
and
on your chest, and if you fail, you take D3 mortal wounds.
Yep, and then there's it's so good. We skipped over the relics. But they're here. They're cool. Here's the Hive Fleet specific ones. Here's
because
the
we're talking about
ones.
Kronos.
Yeah.
They have a really cool weapon.
Which
it is the.
Oh, there it is.
No, is it the Miasma Cannon? No, it's the Balethorn Cannon. The Balethorn Cannon replaces one of the other weapons, and basically it says you cannot take invulnerable saves against. this weapon.
against the weapon. It's
so good against demons
or Eldar
or Terminators.
Yeah, because in addition to not getting invulnerable saves, it's
36 inch range. It's AP
-1.
Yeah, and it's 2 damage.
And it's 2 damage per shot.
So if you can get through a Terminator's armor, they're gonna be failing.
Sad.
Yeah, sad times. Yeah, Warlord traits, we talked about those. These are the generic ones, and
these are the Hive Fleet specific ones.
Actually,
do you want to talk one more?
Lynchman, Synaptic Lynchman's a classic. That's another 6 inch to your save there. Yeah, there was the Mine Eater one, which is really cool. This is the one I think. Yeah, if you kill enemy Warlord in the fight phase, choose a friendly Hive Fleet unit within 3 inches. At the end of that phase, that unit can move or advance if you wish, as if it was your movement phase.
That's pretty cool.
So, if you kill a unit, or character, you get extra movement out of it.
Eat their mind.
Eat their mind.
One of the things that I really like about the Warlord traits, in this book specifically, but also in the other codexes we've seen, is it really lets you sort of customize your army.
Yeah.
It's just cool stuff.
Yeah, and there's points, and then of course there's tactical objectives
too. Good times.
Yeah. This book I'm super happy about. I can't wait to get it out on the table and try. There's so many different armies I want to try right now. All the way from just a massive throwback to a 4th edition Nidzilla list with like all Carnifexes.
All Carnifexes all the time.
Yeah,
you were talking about wanting to see if you could use the Haruspecs again.
Yeah.
Because they did some tweaks to that.
Yeah, I want to run a whole Swarm army now too, just to see how that with a Swarm Lord and good times.
That is the Tyranid Codex. It's super exciting. I think it sets a good precedent for codexes to come in the future because it shows that not every codex is just going to be like, well, we've adjusted things from the index. Like, this actually changes the army. It's pretty cool. It makes us excited to play. Be sure and tune in all week this week on Twitch as we take the Tyranid Codex and make me fight them.
Yes! Not just you.
And it is not just me.
Yeah. I think I might be playing a lot next week. So I'm okay with.
Come watch Adam, who is good at this game. Come play the army that he loves.
I do.
And be good at this game while playing them. We're also gonna be answering any questions you have. We will be showing off as many vastly different armies as we can. So you'll probably see a Swarm Lord, a Big Bugs list, and then something crazy and weird.
Yeah, I've got ideas.
I'm looking forward to the weird list myself. I'll happily die to whatever crazy. There's no way this should work combo you put together.
I'll put something together. Anyway, that's it for our overview of the Tyranid Codex. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm AdamHarry.
I'm JayArr.
We're both from BoLS. Thanks for watching.